So Taylor, what's going on here?
Alright, so we're back for another game. Not too much of a narration this one, kind of hard with the armies in there, but it's a 2v2 game. 2v2 game, we've got Salamanders and Chaos against some Space Wolves and Ultramarines. So we've got Stefano over there with his Sallies, TJ with the Chaos, me here with my Space Wolves, and a new person here, Trevor. He's got the Ultramarines, currently holding the camera. So we rolled as the Scouring, so the objectives are all set up here. We've got the armies ready to go.
The objectives are the trees, but you don't.
Figure it's a biodome or something, why not? So we've got basically like difficult terrain ruins here. We'll use those over here as like a forest for Mysterious. Got the Mysterious River, and
All the objectives are mysterious.
yep. So we're gonna run out, and there's gonna be a lot of surprises. So I guess we'll start with the side over here. We've got Space Wolves and Ultramarines on this side. We've got a squad of Terminators over on here, the Wolf Guard. Not as they're kitted out, this guy is, and this guy's a Power Sword Stormbolter. These two here, they have Power Fist and a Combi Melta, Power Fist Combi Melta. This one has a Chain Fist Combi Plasma. And then we've got, Trevor, what's the Dreadnought here?
He's just rocking what he's got. That's an assault cannon and a missile launcher. I took the Venerable upgrade because I had some points to dump, so he's BS 5, weapon skill 5. What about your guys down here?
Alright, we've got a 8-man Grey Hunter squad with a drop pod, and they're coming up with the Rune Priest with a Force Staff, and a Proxied Wolf Lord over here with a Stormbolter, Wolf Claws, Saga of the Bear, Belt of Rust, and I think some Melter Bombs. So they'll be dropping in and giving something a very nice surprise. We've got some Proxied Long Fangs over here, because I'm a notoriously slow painter. So we got 2 missile launchers coming out here, 3 heavy bolters on top with their sergeant, and then that's their loadout. They're going to be seeing a nice view of that side and killing whatever they find.
Yep.
And then over here we've got a squad of 10 Grey Hunters with 2 plasma guns and a Wolf Standard. So what we got here in the middle is the Ultramarines.
Sounds good. This is half a combat squad here, just tactical Marines with a missile launcher. Didn't take the flak missiles, obviously. We've got a couple death traps over here. It's a Rhino and a Razorback with a heavy bolter. The other half of that combat squad and my captain, who has lightning claws, are right here, taking a combi flamer and a flamer. And this is a land speeder here with an assault cannon and a heavy bolter. I'm also going to pod in another Venerable Dreadnought with a multi-melta. And the guys in the Rhino are this tactical squad here, who have a melta gun, and the sergeant has a plasma pistol and a chainsword. So let's take it over to the other side and see what they're bringing.
Alright, so over here we got 5 Terminators of Zinch and the Chaos Lord, who has some special rules, running him at Abaddon's point cost to account for the special rules. Basically, he has a sword that he can either choose at the beginning of the combat phase to run with Power Fist stats, or it is a sword that gives it a power sword that gives him +2 weapon skill and +1 initiative. Over here, we've got 5 Plague Marines with a Chaos Lord of Nurgle with a Power Fist. Up here, hiding behind the ruins, we got an Obliterator, and then 5 more Plague Marines, and each squad of Plague Marines has a Melta.
Okay, and then for the Salamanders, we got 2 tactical Marine squads, but they split up into combat squads. The first combat squad is my heavy weapons multi-melta combat squad, 4 bolters and a multi-melta. And then second combat squad is over here. They have 3 bolters, a flamer, Power Fist. The sergeant is a master-crafted Power Fist because of the Salamanders chapter tactics. And then master-crafted Power Fist with Stormbolter, Flamer, 3 bolters, and then a heavy bolter proxying as a multi-melta, and then a 4th bolter. Then we got a command squad with my named captain, Nalar, who is taking the Shield Eternal, which is counting as his cape that I
there's
made
a lot
myself,
here.
and he has a Thunder Hammer and digital weapons to go along with it. Company Champion, Company Standard. All of the veterans have a Melta and a Flamer, so they're dual-wielding special weapons. Librarian with Master level 2, and he took the Pyromancy table, and he has the Inferno power and the Spontaneous Combustion power. So that is my librarian mullet. So everything is, I already said it. Oh yeah, my mastercrafted Thunderhammer and mastercrafted Force Staff. Oh, also, almost forgot about them because they were hiding, because they're scouts, is my 5-man scout squad. They're kitted out exactly how you can see them. The sergeant took a mastercrafted sniper rifle.
Okay, that all sounds pretty good. I forgot one thing. I've got another speeder over there with 2 multi-meltas. Taylor, anything else you want to add?
No, that's pretty much everything. We're about to drop into the first turn, which is Salamanders and Chaos. So we'll let you know what happens after the break.
You want to try to seize?
It's probably a good idea. I should do that. That's important. We do not. Basils are being slow.
All right, well, we'll see what happens after this turn.
So, the end of turn 1. So here's the recap. We started turn 2. Yeah, top of turn 1. So we started adding some of our units down, but we're going to get a recap here. So, Sfano, what moved forward here?
Alright, so basically these combat squads couldn't shoot at anything yet, so they move and ran. This squad is making a gun to just kind of protect the flank. Command squad's just moving its way up. Librarian took a pot shot at the long fangs, didn't do anything. Snipers, on the other hand, the sergeant sniper was being a badass and took out the sergeant for the long fangs. And then, let's see, that was really the end of it. That combat squad didn't really do much at all because nothing was in range. So, just chilling, holding the objective. Scouts are doing the same.
Alright, TJ, you?
Meanwhile, on the Chaos side of things, just everybody move forward, starting to get close to the objectives. This squad shot into the Ultramarine attack squad there, took out a guy, and this squad fired in as well. Also took out a guy, I believe. And then over here, these squad of Plague Marines shot into the Grey Hunter squad, took out one of them.
Yeah, so and 2 Ultramarines and 1 Grey Hunter.
Yep, nice. That's all around shooting. And then the Obliterator up here, he fired at the Razorback, but missed. So that's all for us.
Alright, and then we went through and found out some of the objectives. So we've got this objective here for 3 points, and it is a grav wave generator. We've got this one here for 3 points as well. It's nothing of note. And 2 points on this one, also nothing of note.
Also, we found out what the river was.
Yes.
It's just calm waters.
Calm water, so nothing getting through there but difficult terrain. And then, I believe that was everything. So, about to go to the bottom of turn 1. We'll let you know what happens. Alright, Trevor, take us through the first round.
Well, there's not a whole lot to say, really.
So
I fired. I moved my Razorback 6 and fired the heavy bolter into those Plague Marines. I rolled a bunch of low numbers and nothing happened. My captain and his buddies disembarked. They fired over at those Plague Marines, and again, no effect. My land speeder moved up, fired against the Obliterator. Everything dinged off of its armor, I guess, or something, because no wounds were made. These TAC Marines over here shot into the Scouts. I think I rolled some 1s that time. That Dreadnought fired into the command squad to no avail. And that speeder over there went flat out and is trying to flank, I guess.
Then we also had a Dreadnought land over there.
He whiffed also, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of whiffing. And then here.
Very unfortunate rolling for the...
So then we've also had...
Let's hear about some positive stuff.
We had this group of Grey Hunters here land in the drop pod right where it needed to go. Got the Wolf Lord and the Rune Priest here getting ready to stack up. They fired into that Plague Marine squad, dropped 3 of them, which is pretty nice. Major Living Lightning was like, hell no. And then we have a squad over here They shot into the Terminators. Unfortunately, nothing really happened. Made their 4-up involved save because Zinch! Had the Longfangs here shoot at the command squad. Both of the missile launchers just horrendously whiffed it, and unfortunately the heavy bolter fire just dinged off Talar's armor. These guys, however, took some shooting onto that tac squad in there and dropped 2 of them, so...
You can consistently count on your Wolf Guard.
Yeah, they're pretty nice, except for when they're failing their 2-up saves, which is also very consistent.
Well, you can count on them when they're shooting anyway.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
we're about to figure out that objective there.
We're going to see if this objective that's wrapped with C4 and doused in gasoline is going to do anything this turn.
But it is also worth 4 points, so it's going to be important. So, does it blow up?
It does not!
It doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like, there's people here, what?
Well, we finally got a break.
Alright, so...
See at the top.
Top of turn 2? Oh no, that was the end of turn 1. We'll see what happens with Chaos and Salamanders. Alright, so top of turn 2, Stefano, want to take us through what you did here?
Okay, so Salamanders, actually, they failed their leadership check at the end of the shooting for the Spaceballs last turn. So they fell back, moved up, and then this combat squad just also moved up this way. This combat squad moved this way, leaving the multi-melta to actually fire. It fired at the Dreadnought that was here. It made its cover save, but the multi-melta that was in that window also fired and blew it up. And then this command squad here, they went and shot two melta shots from their meltas at the Terminators, taking out 1.
Yep.
And then Mark used his psychic power. Which one was that again? That one is a spontaneous combustion to just literally ignite a space wolf from inside his armor and killing 1. And then the combat squads fired bolters at the Terminators, taking out another.
Yay, failed 2-up saves.
Yeah, hey, fire enough, cause enough wounds, eventually you're going through that armor. Alright, then these scouts, well, most of them aren't actually doing anything, but the scout sergeant's being a freaking badass, took out another guy. So, dropping one of those tac marines there, trying to force them off the point. So, tactically, it's just all about trying to make you guys work for those points.
Alright, and TJ.
Yep, over here with the Chaos Allies, everything moved this way to fight the newly dropped in Grey Hunters and the Wolf Lord and the Rune Priest. So the 2 squads of Plague Marines, what was left of them, moved in and began combat with them to the point where there is 1 single Plague Marine left, bogging them down in combat, along with a Chaos Lord who managed to pop a Wolf Priest in a challenge.
The Rune Priest.
Rune Priest in a challenge, and now the Wolf Lord and what's left of the Grey Hunters are staring him down. And back here we have the Terminators moving in, trying to come in and join the combat. So we'll see how that works out.
So we need to check and see if that point explodes or not.
So, does it explode, TJ? Nope, it's fine. Alright, so that was the top of turn 2, going into the bottom. Alright, so this turn, basically we have the Wolf Guard over here. They're pulling back because they don't really have much to fire left at that command squad, so they're getting out of sight. We have the Longfangs over here. They fired at those Terminators. Nothing really happened, unfortunately. We had these Grey Hunters move up and fire plasmas into them with double tap. Did really well, actually dropped 2 of them. So 2 Terminators down from that. They attempted a charge through here and just barely missed their charge through difficult terrain. It was so sad.
No, it's just like...
And then, Trevor?
Well, I shuffled my transports around a little bit, disembarked some tactical marines here. I did a little bit of shooting and had no real effect on these Terminators over here. My captain and his tactical marine buddies charged in, unleashed a shitload of wounds on the Plague Marine, and he saved almost all of them with Feel No Pain, but went down. And Taylor did some stuff in this combat too.
Yeah, we had the challenge between the Wolf Lord, Bayon Red Fang, and his champion there with the Power Fist. Bayon basically went to town, hit with pretty much all of his attacks, and wounded on the toughness 5, and basically caused 2 wounds onto him, even with the Terminator armor. So he is down to 1 wound left. The Power Fist struck back, but was stopped by the Belt of Russ for Russ and the Allfather. So he is currently sitting pretty well in there. So we're about to drop into Chaos, top of turn 3.
You want to roll for the objective?
Yes, let's see what happens. Does it explode? It does!
Oh.
The objective explodes. However, fuck, we don't know the rules for that.
It's a large blast.
Large blast or small? Large. Alright, so can you hand me that?
It's centered on it and it doesn't scatter.
So, large blast actually doesn't hit anything. So, nobody's getting hit there, but it does blow up.
Okay. Some fireworks. And we will see you again at the next turn.
Alright, so top of turn 3, tell us what happened.
Okay, so basically in the shooting phase, these guys didn't do too much. They shot at the Land Raider, I keep calling it Land Raider, Land Speeder, and didn't do anything. So after the shooting phase, they charged it, and the sergeant with the Power Fist took it down. Command squad was just attempting to join the action, so they moved and then ran, but they only ran 1 inch. Snipers attempting to knock the tactical Marines off that point caused 1 wound with a crack missile. He failed his cover save and died. This combat squad continues to be awesome with their multi-multa and killed the drop pod over here. And then this squad caused a glance on that land speeder with bolters. The multi unfortunately missed. And that sums up what the Salamanders did.
So after the multi-melta missed from the Salamanders, we fired a multi-melta with the Obliterator, who managed to take out the land speeder. Then over here, Calceris, the Chaos Lord, and his Terminator bodyguard charged into combat. Calceris made a glorious intervention and took down the Wolf Lord in a challenge, and then his Terminator guard attacked and took out several Ultramarines and a few of the Grey Hunters that were left. So now we're just locked in combat here, trying to get them off this objective.
Alright, so that's their turn. Bottom of turn 3. We'll see what happens.
Well, another brutal round of combat here. Let's see what happened. This combat squad here, well, tactical squad really, did some shooting, cleared out several people from the second floor of these ruins.
Yep, only 1 salamander left there.
1 salamander left, clutching the objective on that side there.
I'm sorry, I think that kills me on the nights right away.
This lone marine here is holding our objective. He did nothing with his shooting. My dreadnought over here managed to score a wound against the alarm. So I think he's
got 2 left.
That's what it comes off as.
He's sitting there. These guys, they just moved forward this way. The Long Fangs took a bunch of shots at the command squad, but not a damn thing. And then these Grey Hunters took some shots at the scouts and actually did manage to take out 1. And this combat over here, unfortunately, just pretty much went poorly. The last of the Ultramarines and Wolf, the Grey Hunters on there, just went down. And currently their Terminator champion is in a combat with this guy. So, they're fighting each other.
Yeah, I mean, that is what it is.
So that is the bottom of turn 3. We'll see what happens at the top of turn 4. Alright guys, so top of turn 4, what happened?
Alright, so Salamanders, after wrecking the land speeder last turn, they attempted to move up this way to secure what points they can. This squad just ran, but they shuffled, they didn't go anywhere. This combat squad took some pot shots at the Terminators, didn't do anything. Command squads shuffling through the ruins here. Nalar took a wound from shooting last time, but that was it. These guys, the scouts, shot the last TAC Marine off of the point, so
Currently open point.
Then these combat squad moved up through the ruins, attempted the multi-melta snapshot, the Rhino, but failed. And then that one lone tack marine took a pot shot at the other tack marines and did nothing. So that was Salamanders.
Over here, the Obliterator whiffed on his plasma cannon again. And then over here, Calceris made a glorious intervention into the challenge and took out the lone Space Marine that was left, winning his second challenge of the battle. And thanks to a Chaos boon, gained +1 strength. So he's now at strength 5. That's all for our turn.
Alright, so bottom of turn 4. So, Trevor, take us through the bottom of turn 4.
Well, we finally had some successful shooting over on this side of the board. This squad of TAC Marines managed to clear out like two Terminators. We also had Taylor taking some scouts off of this objective.
Yes, the long things cleared it.
Their buddies are hot on their heels to retake it.
Had the Dreadnought fire at the scouts as well.
Dreadnought continuing to perform pretty poorly.
And then we had those Grey Hunters also take shots at the Terminator. Oh yeah, Long Fangs are always doing that. But the Grey Hunters took shots at the Terminators and didn't do much. But I believe the Stormbolter from that actually did cause a wound and a death.
Yep, they took out the Nurgle Lord.
Yes, so that is...
Lone Salamander.
Yes, he is just sitting there like a badass. So, this is going into the top of turn 5. We're about to see, and we're heading into the final of it. So, alright, so top of turn 5. Sfano, want to lead us through the Salamanders?
Alright, so these Salamanders here moved to cap the objective. It's worth 1 point, but all points matter.
Oh, we still need to actually find out what it is.
Yeah, so let's roll that. It is a 6, which I think is a Grav Wave.
Yes, so have to charge.
Grav Wave, and then these guys all fired at the Terminators, did nothing. The Sergeant used his Combi Plasma, made his invul save. Then these guys attempted to shoot at the Razorback with the multi-melta and did nothing. Then really glanced it, and then he made his cover save without shooting through the forest. And then, let's see, the command squad was hit and miss. Moloch always fails to disappoint. Basically, he cast his spontaneous combustion and burned a Terminator alive from inside his armor. And the Meltas, which were the miss part of it, yeah, they all missed all 3 Melta shots. Rolled 2s on all of them. Come on, Salamanders, you're supposed to shoot better with Meltas than that. And this guy, I mean, he hit, but he didn't wound. I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, he's doing work for one guy.
Alright, and TJ.
Then over here, Calceris, the Chaos Lord, charged at the Rhino and
Demolished it.
Obliterated it with his Empower Form. And the explosion was so intense that it took out a Space Marine and one of Calceris' own Terminators. So pretty entertaining over there.
Alright. And then, that I believe was everything. So, going into the bottom of turn 5, and then we'll see if it continues. Who knows? Alright, so bottom turn 5, we're choosing not to continue because there is no chance for a Space Wolf Ultramarine victory. Basically, we had these squads over here, they fired at that group. Now, this Wolf Claw was here, was possible to change, it was through difficult, he would have had to make an 8. We ended up taking up 2 TAC Marines off there, which bumped it up to an 11. But honestly, when he declared his charge, he got multi-melted by a snapshot. So he didn't even get that far.
Stay fluffy to your weapons, kids.
Yep.
It helps.
Yeah. These guys, they fired an alar and actually did cause a wound, right?
Yeah, you took him down to 1.
Yeah, so he was down to 1, but not enough for a Warlord kill, not enough to jump us into points. And then we did take the Salamander off that point, so they did lose that one. However, that was pretty much all we could do. Next turn, we're basically figuring this guy's going to come in here, and if he's not at least contesting it, he's going to wipe the floor with them. Very much the same situation over here. So we will have no capped points, while they have both First Blood and 2 Warlord kills. So, oh, and also that group over there.
Yeah, the Salamanders
So
are going to move
new.
up and take that point.
Yeah. So that nothing we can do at that point to try and hold anything. That's a good game. So, congratulations, sirs. That is a bow.